recordings on your computer. So I had to split, and then let me share screen as well. Come over here and navigate the internet real quick. I'll share that screen. I think that's what you can see what I was looking at. I was looking at an ignition switch for a Volkswagen bus that won't work.
Okay.
All right, here's the Nearpod. So talking about extended day and kind of how it's evolving, I thought the best way to sort of explain this is to kind of put together an org chart, because it's just about that complex now. But we're really trying to hit this from different perspectives. So when we were asked a couple weeks back, we just got an announcement that we were going to expand extended day to Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You know, my question to Miss Lettington was, you know, what would you like this to look like in terms of the services we provide? Because we already have core academic supports Tuesday or Monday, Wednesday in the regular ESD. We just started co-enrolled, which has math, English, and science now. So we have 3 subjects in co-enroll for credit recovery. So what are we doing with this other time? And what she said, and it made a lot of sense to me, was that we should probably, of those that we can recruit, and so I can talk a little bit about how we recruited these students. We went through our success plan list. So those students who were on the danger list for grades, primarily grades, they all got an invitation via email to their student email address, as well as to their parents' primary contact email address. And then Miss Painter gave me a list of freshmen who are kind of slipping through the cracks as well. And so we recruited them. I'll get into the list in a second, but we have a pretty good group there, you know, at least 30 students. And so the thought was that we could kind of case manage them, so to speak. That these are the students who are at risk for lots of reasons, but grades, and you know, what can we do to get them caught up? So can they go back and make up any missed assignments? And B, you know, how do we keep them caught up? Can they use that time to do their homework and stay caught up? So it's a different sort of, this other right hand side of this org chart is, you know, the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday plan for those of you who are joining us for that. And it's just a little bit different intent than what we have for the other extended day programs. Okay. Any kind of questions or concerns about that? I might have to flip back to this as we kind of move through. Like I just said, different functions. So academic enrichment, Monday, Wednesday. And we can look at the attendance on that specifically. Personal enrichment, we have the aquaponics program Monday, Wednesday, and also Coach Stevens does stuff in the gym with them if they're caught up. And then co-enrolled on Monday, Wednesday as well. And now this new XESD, I'm calling it. So when you see that, just recognize that I'm trying to differentiate between extended day and extended day. And I have to, because they come from 2 different funding pots and they're staffed differently. But those are the purposes or functions. I wanted to remind everybody to make sure that you're logging your time. Okay, so that's just like one of the responsibilities so you get paid. It's really confusing for Miss Olin, and she does a really good job, but she may not catch, you know, if you're not logging your time weekly for your extended day hours. And so you know, do that. And what we say is, because so we don't have any question as to whether or not you're double dipping. Like, for example, really your contract day ends at 3:30, but because of the way that we took 2 weeks off of school at the beginning of the year, that the time that's extended for us in the school year is time that's, you know, has already been paid. So they're not worried about us double dipping this year or whatever. But I would just say, for any extended day, Monday through Thursday, just log 3 to 5. And then if you work Saturdays, 9 to noon. Now, I put that on there, the charge hours to the correct accounts. You have to notice that on here somewhere, and this is just a screenshot of my Time Clock Plus screen, but you should have a drop down when you're charging hours. And one of the drop downs is going to say Title I extended day, and the other one's going to be something extended day, whatever. It's just to differentiate between the two. But the one that's Title I is Monday, Wednesday, and the other one is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday to charge to, just so that we, you get paid, obviously, but that we charge that to the right accounts. Okay. But there's plenty of hours. It's hard enough to staff all of this extra time. And so I didn't even start with that. I kind of got in a rush there. Thank you to everyone for, doing this. This is, I know it's a lot of work, and you kind of have to own it and guide it yourself and sort of build it as we're flying it. But it's, it doesn't go unnoticed that you guys put your neck out there to help out with extended day and now ESD as well. So the one thing that everyone needs to know about extended day, and those of you who are veteran regular ESD people, I have this Google Doc spreadsheet that I send a link out to with daily instructions. So that's the point I want to stop on, is just know that every day that you're doing XESD or ESD, I'm going to send out an email to everybody who's doing that, because that's my way of checking to make sure that it's staffed that day, and then assigning responsibilities to different folks as part of that. Because in addition to doing your case management, if it's XESD, I'm going to ask you to help with attendance in the cafeteria right after school. You may help with passing out snacks and logging that. And then Mr. Johnson primarily helps with the bus dismissal and the bus list piece of that. Okay. But anyway, the spreadsheet I send out with those instructions every day, and it kind of gives you the lay of the land. What I wanted you to be cognizant of is these tabs across the bottom, which I've tried to color code, but it's still going to be confusing. Is we have ESD attendance, which is the 190 some odd kids that, about 60 of them come every day for regular ESD. But those who are everyone who signed up, and then their bus information. Then we have XESD attendance. And you can see for the green, gray, and blue areas here that I have outlined, I'll go back over that in a second. That's the case management piece and who's going to be responsible for those students. Then we have regular ESD staffing. And so I do try to go in and hide these columns so you don't have to go all the way back to September when we started this to see, who's working next. But this is the list of who's working when and what they're doing. And then now we have the tab next to that. But wait, there's more. XESD staffing, which is the everybody who graciously signed up to help with Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then you notice out to the right, and I alluded to this before, you've got the blue, gray, green designations. Those are the group of students that you're going to case manage. All right. So let me go back to that real quick so you can see, for those of you who are working XESD, is for the attendance. Notice that, and I wish I could zoom out a little bit. I'm not very good at this, but yeah, there we go. Is that, we've got a green group, we've got a gray group, and we got a blue group. The blue group and the gray group are primarily freshmen. So we had a lot of freshmen get on board, and that's good news for us because our freshmen are really struggling. But there were too many to just have like one freshman group. So between the 3 staff who work every day at XESD, I assigned you to manage those students by color. So if you're a gray teacher, I'll go back to the staffing for XESD. So like Mr. Johnson, he's always over the blue group. And because he works every XESD, not every Saturday, but that's another story, is he'll always be over that group of freshmen. And then gray, our Miss Gray, I think I've got it over here so you can see it a little easier. Sorry. Miss Ficaro, Miss Gray, and Miss Rapp. And that's the other freshman group. And I know like Miss Ficaro asked specifically to work with those students. And then the green group, which is Miss DeTibris, Miss Cody, and Mr. Zecchi. And so those are sophomore through seniors. And as you can see, the reason being, going back to the XESD attendance, is this is what we have in terms of sophomores and seniors. So it sort of balances it out so everybody kind of has an equal caseload to manage as much as possible. But these people, the gray and the green group, get 3 teachers to nag them and keep them on track, just depending on which day it is.
Okay.
So in addition to that, going across the tabs on the bottom, I've got the bus roster. This is the regular ESD bus roster that we use. It shows everybody who's of that 190 something students on the major list who needed a bus. And so we just have it here, and then as attendance comes in, we can sort that to see who's actually there and who needs the bus. And then this XESD, which is the new Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday bus list, and we've got about 24 students. So just as a point of note here, I want you to that on Monday at regular extended day, and then through various means, maybe even at lunch, and getting notes out to students with the student couriers, is I'm going to ask those students, because I need to know next week for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, who's coming Tuesday, Thursday of the big lists. So those caseloads may grow a little bit. And then for sure, who's coming on Saturday so that I can make transportation arrangements. But it's a little bit of a convoluted mess right now. All right. So I understand you guys are patient with me, and I know you'll continue to be patient with me. You guys are a patient group. So those are the bus rosters, and pretty much that's, Mr. Johnson's responsibility as the lead for the XESD and he helps with the regular ESD on the buses as well. So in terms of just sort of feedback that I want to give for the regular ESD folks is just make sure you're making good use of your time with the students and giving them one-on-one attention in the content area supports. They'll tell you that they're just going to sit there and work on their homework, but a lot of them don't, or they're just kind of sitting there like they do in your class. And so I would say be on top of them, ask them, offer them supports. Even I would recommend, like when you're in the cafeteria, folks, at 3, when we kind of divvy everyone up, looking at that group of students and saying, okay, these are the ones that I know need to come for help in English or math or whatever, and kind of recruiting them out of that bunch. But just kind of make it, because really what I want to say is that, with that huge org chart now that you can see, everybody is really depending on us to make a huge difference through the extended day program. So it's not just homework time, and they are investing a lot into this. So just make good use of your time. The other thing I would say for the XESD people is that what your responsibility is, it's not content specific supports. You should know, and I'll have to do some demo on this probably too later, that the how to look up students' grades for other teachers as well, look at their grade books. And your responsibility is just to go through and pull out those zeros, and get these students, this is what you have to do to go find this, and helping them search through their Canvas course to find that and print it out, and just be a taskmaster basically. And then looking ahead, but it may also at some point, depending on the teacher, require you to reach out to that teacher to see if they're gonna accept a late assignment, and maybe what that's worth, if they do, so that you can assist that student. And because a lot of times they'll say to me, and I know they give me every excuse in the world, well, I'm not going to get any points for that anyway. Mr. Such and such doesn't take late work. I'm like, well, wait a minute. We have a policy at KTAC that, is no grade less than 50% up till 1 week before progress reports and report cards. So anyway, that's your role, is you're just basically case managing those students across all their subjects, looking at their zeros, getting them to make up those missing assignments, and then making sure that no more zeros pop up. And you have access to this, or I'll send the link out to the spreadsheet if you don't. But I send it out every day so you can see who you're case managing, when you're supposed to work. A big concern, and I'm glad I didn't miss this point, is this is the master spreadsheet and everybody has access and editing rights to it. So I dump it like once a week, so that I can have that most up-to-date information. And I have had to go back to find, to revert it back to a previously saved version because people have done sorting and manipulating in it and not reverted it back to what it was before they messed with it. I even lost one and Miss Kumar found it for me in her shared files. She saved my butt with the attendance, but like there's a lot of information in here for accountability purposes that I have to preserve. The attendance, specifically for students, because it's Title I funded, and district wants to know who's here when and all that. So just if you mess with it or you manipulate it, I recommend that you download it first and put it on your computer and mess with it, instead of messing with it on the website. Or if you do mess with it on the website, know what you're doing and get it back to where it was before you started messing with it. Okay. I think that's the long and short of it for me. And then I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to help me remember what I didn't go over.
Are you going to send us an updated version so that we know what our groups are?
This is
it the same one that you sent us before? Will they be on there?
Yeah, the link that I always send out for extended day is the same link, and it'll show you on the XESD attendance. These are all the green kids. You're gray, Miss Ficaro. So these are all your kids.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep.
Hopefully it's easy to understand. It's been difficult for me to organize all of this, but it'll evolve.
Looks good.
Yes, sir.
What are we going to do? Are we doing snacks for them on like Saturday when they're there, or Tuesday, or?
Yeah, all the days are going to have snacks now, and even on Saturday. So, and I heard we're going to have a cafeteria worker on Saturday to help us with that as well. So,
are we just doing one snack? Are we doing one when they get there? Because we're doing 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. right?
It's 9 to noon on Saturday.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I know the district won't let us adjust those times.
But there will be a snack. Thank you, sir.
But there will be a snack, and then I'll get with you on the time. That's a great question. All right. And then with the transportation piece, I got to work that out. That's the most sketchy part of it for me. But I'll keep everyone up to date on that as we move forward, so that who's going to ride the bus. On Saturday there is transportation, and I don't know if that includes picking them up at their hub stops. I think it does, and taking them back.
Wow.
So I mean, and then this needs to grow. Now I don't want to. I'd like a little bit of time to get our feet under ourselves and moving this new thing forward before we start getting like a zillion more kids signed up. But it should grow, and there should be no reason why these kids can't stay caught up on their dang work. I mean, come on, like we're giving you almost one-on-one support every day, except Fridays now and Sundays. Sundays are for football. So, all right. Well, anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
Can I stay on with you for a minute to talk to you about the thing?
Yeah.
Can I stay on and listen to the thing?
Yeah, sure.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, that's
all right.
Thanks. All right. Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Mr. You say the event was, or the
where'd he go?
What hours are going to change? Like what's labeled in the because right now it's just additional duty, teacher additional duty after school. You said it's going to change to Title I fund.
Yeah, well, whatever it was before, that's what you keep charging, Alex. Was the additional duty. The other one's going to say something different. I don't know. I'll get more specifics on that, but we have to know how to differentiate between the two if you work Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Wednesday.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
Just wanted to make sure I heard that part right or didn't miss anything important there.
No, that's good. Okay. Have a good weekend.
All right. Thank you. You guys too.
Mr. Williams, I actually, obviously, as you know, I'm on bus duty, so I came a few minutes late, so I missed the first probably 3 minutes.
I recorded this, or at least it told me I'm recording it. Yes, it's still recording it. So
I'll be able to.
Yeah, and I'll send that out to you. But
perfect.
I can answer whatever questions you have right now too.
It was just about, I believe how do you put it in for your timesheet, there's gonna be something I need.
Yeah, so
do.
I'll get Miss Olin to send out the specifics about how to differentiate, but I'll go back to that was I had it, oh, it's on the, I'm hitting the wrong back
And then
tabs.
on Tuesday, Thursday, are we hosting the students in our rooms? Do they meet downstairs for their snack and then they're coming up to our classrooms?
Yeah, no, they're going to your rooms. Yeah, we
Okay.
want them in quiet,
So if we
focused
don't
environment.
have laptops, just grab it from from our pod area that somebody has them. They're all gonna need access, correct?
Right, right. And we
Okay.
have CART down in the media too. We'll
Okay.
figure this out when testing starts though. Oh my goodness. Okay, good question. Yeah, so 3 to 5 on weekdays, just log that. Even if I say, Miss Codine, I need your help at 2:30 in or after bus duty with snacks or something like that, just always log 3 to 5. That way you get your 2
Okay.
hours. But you'll be done by 4:20 is when we call everyone down the buses. Typically,
Okay.
only Mr. Johnson works late.
So just on the day I'm working, change it to include those hours?
Yeah, 3 to 5.
Three
And,
to five.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All
That is
right.
it.
All right.
Miss, have a great
I'll
weekend.
send the recording out too.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. So what's going on?
You want to stop recording? Just
Oh
so-
yeah, that's a good idea. No,